Questions?
Your coaches said on senior day, you got to control your emotions. Obviously, you're going to have some, but is that a key to this one when you know it's your last home game and all that?
Yeah, I definitely, obviously, it's a new experience for me, but definitely feel like it's going to be a thing to do, having to control your emotions, not trying to get too emotional, too sad, or too anything like that, and just staying in the moment, enjoying the game, being present.
What has your favorite moment been this weekend?
That's a good question. I don't know if I could pinpoint a specific moment, but I would probably just say like the time with my teammates, getting to know my teammates. I feel like I've really built some lifelong connections here, so I'm super thankful for that. So I just think that just my time with my team, time with the DBs, whether it's like us watching film at my house or like us going out to eat or our Thursday night dinners and stuff like that, like those are probably my favorite moments.
What'd you find yourself thinking when you were at Iowa's stadium last year? Back from LA, probably grew up dreaming of playing in the USC UCLA game that weekend, and it's like 5 degrees outside, and
Yeah,
there you are.
It's funny you asked that. Like I was just earlier today, I was talking with Marsh, and I was like, man, we're really in Nebraska. Like it's crazy, like being that as a kid from LA, like you wouldn't even think like that's where you would end up. But life, everybody's journey is different. Life takes you wherever. And I think that being here has been a great thing for me. So last year when I was at Iowa, I definitely was like, dang, like this is crazy. Like I've never even expected to be at this stadium, but it was really cool experience.
Did that experience, the game, everything around the game, did you get feel like you got a taste of what that series means, that rivalry means to the players and the fans and the coaches?
100%. I already knew like that was a rivalry before I got here, but definitely through just like the week of practice and just like the vibe of the game, the way that the fans were, like I could just understand like the passion that comes behind that rivalry. So
Was the game last year, when you think back on it, just the way it unfolded, the stuff that happened at the beginning of the game, does that fuel your emotions going into this game?
I definitely think there's probably still some lingering feelings, but it's important to stay in the moment. Recognize that you can't control the past, but you can learn from it. So I think that we've seen how things have gone in the past, and we have to make sure that we're aware of those things going forward.
I'm asking this in the context of Iowa kind of dominating this series. What impresses you most about what you see from Iowa, big picture?
I would say I'm very impressed by their ability just to stay calm. They're in close games very frequently, and they don't make a lot of mistakes. And I think that is a true testament of a good team, one that works together and one that executes their assignments and stuff like that. So it'll be a great challenge for us. So I'm impressed by that, the way that they do that.
How do you feel about Nebraska in that regard right now?
Right. I think that we've had some times where we've had lapses, mental lapses, and that's I take responsibility for that. I feel like as a leader on the defense, it's my job to make sure that we're all together, all on the same page. And if that doesn't happen, I want to point to the senior leadership. So as somebody that's a leader, I have to be better and making sure that everybody is doing what they need to be doing.
Derek Branch spoke to the team yesterday, just knowing how his career started here to where he's going to now. Just how special was that moment?
Super special. I mean, DB has probably been one of the most impactful people in me since I've been here in Nebraska. He actually, when I first got here, like my first day, like Coach Rule sent him to pick me up from the airport. So like he picked me up, or actually from my apartment. He picked me up, like took me around. Like he was the first person I met. He's my hotel roommate. Hearing his story, just how he was, in the team meeting room with nowhere to sit or in a separate locker room when he first got here, you know what I'm saying? To being a player that's impacting the game, in a huge way on special teams and a player that's leading the team and a player that's, keeping people in line, it's awesome. And I know, his younger self is for sure proud of him. So it was really cool getting to see him get up there and talk.
Is there anything that's transferable from Penn State to Iowa when you talk about the team that runs it a lot, but you guys on the back end need to be disciplined for when they do take their shots downfield?
Definitely. I think that was something that we learned, last week, having good run pass keys. I think that, like I said, Penn State did a good job of, letting their pass plays come off of their run looks. So they were doing a good job of kind of getting the coverage to break down a little bit and finding little holes in it. So I think that we've seen that happen to us now, and we know that that's something that we have to be aware of, and we'll be more diligent with our run pass keys.
As you've reflected on it, what has Nebraska and this experience just meant to you?
I mean, it's meant the world, honestly. Like I feel like it's been a transformative thing for me. Like before I came out here, I was a little bit younger. I had played football, but I think that I had a lot of room to grow as a person and as a man. And I think that I had leadership qualities, but they needed to be I needed to be in a position where I could or show them. And I think that once I got here, I was struggling, struggling to figure things out, get into the system, understand the way things work. But over time, through support of my teammates, through support of my coaches, my family, my friends, I figured things out. And, I just continue to get better and continue to work at myself and work at my craft. And so I'm grateful for Nebraska. I'm grateful for Coach Rule giving me the chance to come here and play, for the fans showing me love. It's been an amazing time, so I'm very thankful for it.
Anything else for Ceyair?
I want to say one more thing. People have kind of, throughout the year, people have talked about like the DB group and, how I've been doing well. And I think that what's really cool about that is like how, we're so close as a room, and because, we're doing good on defense, you got guys that are not playing on defense as much, that are excelling on special teams. So I just wanted to shout out those guys because, they've been doing a great job all year, and they haven't really gotten the love for it. Like Jeremiah Charles doing an amazing job on special teams. Derek Branch is doing great on special teams. Bryce Turner, Jameer Khan, Caleb Benning. So, dudes in the DB room have been doing an awesome job, and they don't always get the love. So I just wanted to say that about them real quick. But yeah, all right, y'all have a good one.